Still, Ukraine does have several recent developments it can point to. On March 2nd, Reuters reported that Ukrainian troops had retaken 9 settlements in Zaporizhzhia region since late January, and Commander-in-Chief Oleksandr Syrsky said that over the previous month, Ukrainian forces had regained more territory than Russian forces captured for the first time since summer 2024. That same report said Ukrainian operations were active near Oleksandrivka and Huliai Pole in Zaporizhzhia, while Ukrainian forces also strengthened control around Kupiansk and maintained defenses near Pokrovsk. Then on March 26th, Ukraine's airborne forces said the 95th Separate Assault Brigade had retaken the village of Berezov in Dnipropetrovsk region. Reuters noted it could not independently confirm that battlefield claim, but it still shows that Ukraine is trying to demonstrate local counter-moves, even as Russia presses hard elsewhere. Russia is trying to build momentum on the ground near Sloviansk, Pokrovsk, and Kostiantynivka, but Ukraine is answering not only at the line of contact, it is also reaching deep into the infrastructure that helps sustain Russian military pressure over time. Every strike on Ust-Luga, Primorsk, Kirishi, or oil facilities in Krasnodar region forces Moscow to divide attention between the battlefield and the rear. That does not automatically stop a Russian assault tomorrow, but it does increase friction in the wider war system. More air defense needs to be relocated, more infrastructure has to be repaired, and more uncertainty appears in the revenue and logistics picture behind the front. Timing also matters. Reuters reported that President Volodymyr Zelensky said some allies had sent signals about possibly scaling back long-range strikes on Russia's oil sector because of rising global energy prices linked to the war with Iran. That means Ukraine appears to be using this window aggressively before outside pressure potentially narrows its options. At the same time, Reuters reported that Russia is trying to exploit warmer weather for a renewed offensive, while Ukraine faces strain from recruitment problems, tighter finances, and reduced availability of some U.S. air defense supplies. So both sides are acting under pressure. Russia wants gains on the ground now, and Ukraine wants to damage the systems behind that offensive before the battlefield balance shifts further against it. Overall, the latest real picture is this. Russia is pressing hard on the front line near the fortress belt, especially around Sloviansk, Pokrovsk, and Kostiantynivka, while Ukraine is answering with repeated strikes on some of the most important nodes in Russia's oil export network, including Ust-Luga, Primorsk, Kirishi, and facilities in Krasnodar region. Ukraine's recent battlefield gains are real but limited and local, not a sweeping collapse of the Russian front. But the oil strikes are large enough to have temporarily disrupted a huge share of Russian export capacity, and that gives Kyiv a way to hurt the economic machinery behind the war, even when the front line remains difficult. So the strongest way to frame this story is not Ukraine suddenly liberated everything, but this. Ukraine is trying to slow Russia's offensive by attacking the fuel, export, and revenue system that helps keep it moving. For more updates and stories we didn't manage to include in this video, you can take a look at our interactive news map. The link is waiting for you in the description. We appreciate you watching, and thanks to everyone who's already using the map to follow the latest developments.